Say it with me. Talent takes you up, but character keeps you there. Louder now. Talent takes you up, but character keeps you there. One more time until your bones believe it. Talent takes you up, but character keeps you there. I don't want it to be a slogan on your lips. I want it to become a law in your leadership, a non-negotiable in your destiny. Talent takes you up, but character keeps you there. Listen carefully. The greatest threat to your future is not a shortage of gifting. It is a shortage of trustworthiness. Many of you are waiting for a bigger break, a bigger stage, a bigger investor, a bigger platform. But opportunity travels on the rails of trust. Doors respond to talent. Rooms remain open to character. A microphone can amplify your gift. Only integrity can amplify your life without destroying it. Write this in your mind. Exposure without character is acceleration toward collapse. I know the pain in this room. Some of you are nursing private bruises from public betrayals. The mentor who shined on stage and crumbled behind the curtain. The executive who dazzled the board and dismantled the culture. The business partner with brilliance in the pitch and poison in the practice. Some of you gave people access because they were impressive, and now you're recovering because they were not safe. Others are here because you disappointed yourself. You were talented enough to get in, but you ignored the small leaks in your soul, and the ship began to sink. I see you. This is not condemnation. It is a diagnosis to save your vision. I want you to write down. Trust is not a feeling. Trust is a verdict based on evidence. Let me say it again. Trust is not chemistry. Trust is case law. Trust is a decision the future makes about you after reviewing the records of your past. Trust is earned when your life submits to consistency. When your yes is a contract and your no is a boundary. When what you do in the dark agrees with what you declare in the light. Here is our journey together. We will define how trust is built, the practices, the patterns, the pillars that make your life safe to follow. We will confront how trust is tested, pressure, time, and truth colliding to reveal what you really are. We will expose how trust is destroyed, the quiet compromises that become loud funerals, and we will open the path for rebuilding, repentance, restitution, and a new pattern over time. Because I refuse to let your vision become a donation to the graveyard of unrealized potential. Say with me one last time. Not as a chant, but as a covenant. Talent takes you up, but character keeps you there. Now let's build the kind of life that can be trusted with tomorrow. I want your attention now because I'm about to take you on a walk through the richest real estate on earth. And it is not the diamond mines of South Africa. It is not the gold fields of South America. It is not the oil wells of the Middle East. It is the cemetery not too far from your house. Buried under those polished stones are symphonies never composed, companies never incorporated, patents never filed, schools never founded, reconciliations never attempted, books never written, strategies never deployed. And I must add the most devastating category of all, visions that had talent, had access, had applause, but they were sentenced to the grave because character failed to qualify the steward. Please hear me. Many destinies are not buried by incompetence. They are buried by untrustworthiness. Write this down. Your gift is your responsibility, but your character is your qualification. Say it with me. My gift is my responsibility, but my character is my qualification. Opportunity is generous to talent, but legacy is strict about character. Talent gets you invited. Trust gets you entrusted. The cemetery is swollen with canceled assignments, meetings that never happened because the phone stopped ringing when the truth came out. Teams that scattered because the leader could not be believed. Marriages that cracked not from lack of love, but from lack of truth. Reputations that looked like mansions on Instagram and turned out to be tents in a storm. Public shame that followed private shortcuts. And the quiet, gnawing regret of men and women who said to themselves at midnight, I was gifted enough to do it, but I was not honest enough to keep it. Some of you are tempted to think, if I just had more money, if I just had better contacts, if I just had a bigger platform. I got news for you. Money multiplies what you are. Contacts accelerate where you're going. Platforms amplify your sound. If your sound is inconsistent, more volume is more damage. If your brakes are bad, more speed is a faster crash. It is not the lack of networks that ruins visions. It is the lack of integrity that erodes trust. Dreams do not die because enemies were strong. They die because the inner government was weak. I want you to look this truth in the face. Character failure converts potential into buried wealth. It shuts down contracts. It bleeds momentum. It turns friends into witnesses and followers into skeptics. It relocates you from the front page of promise to the obituary of influence while you are still breathing. Hear the warning and the hope. The same place where trust collapsed is the place where trust can be rebuilt, but only if sorrow becomes structure and apology becomes a new lifestyle. Don't add your brilliance to the cemetery's portfolio. Withdraw your deposit. Are there eagles in this room? Eagles refuse to trade tomorrow's crown for today's claps. Eagles protect a standard, not a reputation. So the question before us is urgent and simple. If the cemetery is full of unused gifts, what keeps a gift alive long enough to become legacy? Write this down. Trust anchored in character. Time plus test. Consistency plus truth. That is the oxygen your vision must breathe. And if you will carry that standard, you will rise like the rare breed that you are, because character is altitude. Now let's upgrade your identity to match your assignment. Write this down. Your identity sets your altitude before your activity sets your schedule. If you think like a pigeon, you will plan like a pigeon, you will choose like a pigeon, and you will end where pigeons end, on the ground, heads down, chasing crumbs of applause. But if you accept the rare breed called the eagle, you will lift your head, you will aim for the sun, and you will guard your altitude with integrity. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top where trust is the currency. Say it with me. An eagle doesn't protect a reputation. An eagle protects a standard, because character is altitude. Pigeons live for noise. Eagles live for north. Pigeons gather in crowds to peck at whatever is thrown. Eagles rise alone to hunt what aligns with purpose. Pigeons measure their day by how many hands clap. Eagles measure their day by how faithful they were to what heaven assigned. Please write this down. Applause is a crumb. Assignment is a course. One keeps you busy, the other keeps you becoming. One feeds your ego, the other feeds your legacy. Now let me expose a quiet seduction. Talent loves attention. It loves spotlights, microphones, posts, and stages. Character loves responsibility. It loves weight, accountability, and the quiet yes that nobody sees but everybody benefits from. Talent wants a platform. Character can carry weight. Talent gets you invited. Character keeps you entrusted. I got news for you. If your shoulders are not built by truth, any platform you stand on becomes a trapdoor. Many people in our generation are selling character to buy acceptance. They are trading long-term trust for short-term claps, adjusting convictions to fit a crowd that will forget them by Friday. Some of you know the price tag. You laughed at what you don't respect. You posted what you don't practice. You promised what you didn't plan to deliver, because the room was loud and the feed was hungry. Hear your correction with love. Every time you exchange integrity for approval, you spend altitude on crumbs. You descend to be seen, and you forfeit the sky that was waiting to sustain you. Say this with me. Standard over reputation. Again, standard over reputation. Reputation is what they think. Standard is what you are. Reputation is a photo. Standard is a bone. Reputation can be rented. Standard must be built. Write this down. Protect your standard at all costs, because character is altitude and altitude is protection. Are there eagles in this room? Then listen to your identity. Eagles don't chase claps, they chase clarity. Eagles don't argue with pigeons, they outfly them. Eagles don't market lies, they manage laws of trust that make them safe to follow. So here is our bridge. The eagle does not merely claim identity, he lives by principles. In a moment, I will give you those laws. How trust is time plus test. How to test before you trust. How storms become audits and altitudes. But for now, make this covenant with yourself. I choose assignment over attention, responsibility over recognition, standard over reputation, because character is my altitude and I refuse to come down. Write this down. Trust is time plus test, not talk plus talent. Say it with me, time plus test. Again, time plus test. I got news for you. Trust is not given. Trust is earned, and it is earned through time and test. A great speech can move a crowd in a minute. Only a great life can convince a calendar. Talent can make you trend. Character can make you last. When the confetti is swept and the lights cool off, the only witness that still raises its hand for you is time. And time always brings a test. Charisma and credibility are not twins. Charisma convinces crowds. Credibility convinces time. Charisma gets you a following. Credibility keeps you worth following. Crowds can be fooled by a performance. The calendar keeps receipts. Please write this down. Trust is a verdict the future gives you based on the consistency of your past. The future is a judge. Your habits are the evidence. Your outcomes are the sentence. If your patterns contradict your promises, the verdict will not favor you. Words are cheap because syllables don't cost you sweat. Talent can speak well. Character can be consistent. Consistency is the language of trust, and repetition is its grammar. If you want to be trusted, make your yes a pattern and your no a boundary. Show up when you said you would. Deliver what you agreed to deliver. Return what you borrowed. Apologize without a press release. Make corrections without applause. Eagles don't recite standards, they repeat them. And the more they repeat them, the higher they rise, because consistency is altitude. Write this down. Trust is a conclusion drawn from patterns. Not a single act, but a sequence. Not an Instagram story, but a life story. What you do when no one is watching becomes your public future. Private habits schedule public seasons. Secret shortcuts become loud scandals. Secret disciplines become loud influence. This is the evidence principle. Trust is built like compound interest. A small faithful deposit made daily that becomes a fortune of credibility over time. Now hear the setup for where we are going. We will not be naive. We will not hand our vision to untested hands. Eagles test before they trust. We will walk through practical arenas where tests must be applied. Relationships that ask for access. Leadership roles that ask for authority. Money that asks for stewardship. And your private life that asks for secrecy but must answer the standards. Testing is not suspicion. Testing is love for the vision. Trust without testing is a down payment on pain. From this moment, stop promoting talk and start promoting time-tested truth. Put probation before promotion. Watch patterns before you share passwords. Measure response under pressure before you hand over responsibility. Ask, how do they handle correction? How do they steward small amounts? How do they speak about people who are not in the room? Because the way they treat the little is the prophecy of how they will handle the large. Say it with me one more time, so it becomes bone in your back. Trust is time plus test, not talk plus talent. Are there eagles in this room? Then guard your standard. Submit to the process. Let time testify for you. And let your consistency preach the only sermon that trust respects. Write this down. Character is not a mood. It is a system of inner government that makes you safe to follow. Not vibes, values, not excitement, constitution. If you want trust to live in your house, you must install 4 foundations in your soul. Are there eagles in this room? Then lean in, because if any one of these is missing, your gift becomes dangerous. Foundation number 1, integrity. Integrity comes from integer, which means whole. The opposite is D2, division, divorce, dilemma. Anytime you see D, you see 2 pulling apart. Write this down. A double life always produces division. If you are one person in public and another in private, you are already breaking apart. And when you break, everything you carry cracks with you. Teams, families, companies, dreams. Eagles live integrated. One story, one standard, one truth. Your calendar, your contracts, your closet, your browser, your back room, they must all agree. If your confession and your conduct are enemies, trust cannot breathe around you. Say it with me, no division in me. Again, no division in me. When you are one, you become safe to follow because people are not gambling with a costume, they are walking with a constant. Foundation number 2, consistency. People don't trust what they can't predict. Excellence is not an event, it is a pattern. Please write this down. Repeat the right thing until it becomes your signature. Your yes should sound the same on Monday as it does on payday. Your effort should look the same when they are watching and when they forgot your name. Consistency is the rhythm of credibility. Small, steady obedience beats occasional dramatic heroics every time. Do the policy when nobody audits. Keep the promise when it costs. Return the call on time. Deliver the invoice clean. Correct the error fast. The future reviews your repetitions, not your intentions. Say it with me. Consistency is altitude. Foundation number 3, accountability. Only insecure talent resists inspection. Eagles test before they trust, and true leaders invite others to test them first. Write this down. Accountability is the safety net of greatness. Open your books. Welcome questions. Submit your plans. Ask to be corrected. Keep receipts, financial receipts, emotional receipts, decision receipts. Build a board for your soul mentors, truth tellers, coaches who are authorized to say, no, not yet, do it again. A life without checkpoints is a life headed for a cliff. And hear me, accountability is not an accusation. It is an act of love for the vision you carry. Foundation number 4, self-governance. If you cannot rule you, you will misuse power over others. Leadership begins at the borders of your own appetite. Govern your attention, your tongue, your time, your temper, your treasure, your touch. Write this down. Discipline is the border patrol of destiny. If your impulses run the cabinet, your destiny will be overthrown by cravings masquerading as needs. Say no to the shortcut. Say yes to the schedule. Fast from the flattery that makes you sloppy. If you master you, you are ready to manage more. If you avoid you, more will expose you. Now hear the activation. Write these down and audit your life this week. If integrity is cracked, seal it with truth across every room. If consistency is thin, choose one right practice and repeat it until it sticks. If accountability is missing, appoint your counsel today. If self-governance is weak, install disciplines before you install dreams. Character is not a mood, it is a system of inner government that makes you safe to follow. Are there eagles here? Then build this constitution and let trust find a permanent address in your name. Now let me give you the protection protocol of eagles. Write this down. Eagles test before they trust. Say it with me, test before you trust. The eagle does not pick up any twig and rush home. No, he shakes it, he bites it, he bends it, he beats it against the wind, he dips it in water, he throws it and catches it, because that twig will become a wall, and that wall will become a nest, and that nest will carry the future. I got news for you. If the twig can't handle shaking at 100 feet, it has no right to carry eggs at 10,000. Eagles refuse to decorate with what has not been proven. Please write this down. Testing is love for the vision, because trust without testing is a down payment on pain. Even the courtship is a test. The female will snatch a stick, soar high, and drop it. The male must dive like a bullet, catch it in midair, return it, and do it again and again until his lungs are on fire and his wings are shaking. Why? She is not being cruel. She is being kind to tomorrow. If he cannot be trusted with falling twigs, he cannot be trusted with falling eaglets. That is leadership. You don't hire talent. You invite character. An invitation requires evaluation. Probation before promotion. Patterns before passwords. Evidence before elevation. Let me translate this into your boardroom, your team, your house. Give small responsibilities before big access. Keys to the closet before keys to the vault. A pilot project before a portfolio. A meeting agenda before a department. Observe under pressure deadlines, disagreements, delays. Do they keep their center, or do they scatter blame like crumbs? Correct them and watch the response. Defensiveness reveals fragility. Gratitude reveals growth. Set boundaries, time boundaries, money boundaries, communication boundaries, and see if they honor them when nobody is applauding. Listen to how they speak about people who are absent. Watch how they handle what belongs to others. Do they return what they borrowed? Do they keep confidences or trade them for attention? These are not games, these are gauges. And hear me with love. Testing is not suspicion. Testing is stewardship. It is not cynicism. It is care for people and protection of the vision. Jesus said, be harmless as doves and wise as serpents. The eagle adds, be thorough as a stone. We are not trying to catch people. We are trying to keep them safe. Safe for the assignment. Safe for each other. Safe for tomorrow. Leaders who skip tests are not merciful. They are negligent. Trust given without testing is a setup for grief, a schedule for crisis, a lawsuit waiting to be filed in the future. Are there eagles in this room? Then formalize your tests. Put timelines on trials. Put clarity on criteria. Make feedback normal and transparency non-negotiable. Because if character can be tested, and it can, then we must name the arenas where trust either grows or dies. In a moment, I will walk you through 5 of them private people: purity, promises, and payments. Ordinary places where your future decides whether to believe you. Write this down. Trust is built in ordinary arenas, private habits, public honor, and faithful handling of people and resources. Say it with me. Ordinary arenas, extraordinary outcomes. Now lean in, because I will give you 5 rooms your future is already inspecting. Private people, purity, promises, payments. First, the private life. What you do unseen will eventually introduce itself publicly with or without your permission. Privacy is a boundary. Secrecy is a breeding ground. Please hear me with love. Secrecy is mold for collapse. If you must hide it from your mentor, delete it before it deletes you. Your browser is telling your future who you really are. Your receipts are testifying louder than your reels. Write this down. Concealment is a countdown. Audit your midnight. Clean your closet. Bring your shadow into the light on purpose so the light doesn't find you by surprise. Eagles are the same at altitude and in the cave. That is why they are safe to follow. Second, people. How you treat small people predicts what you will do with big responsibility. The waiter, the receptionist, the intern, the janitor, these are mirrors, not extras. Arrogance is a character leak. It drains trust faster than incompetence. If you belittle people, you cannot be trusted with people. Write this down. Honor reveals readiness. Speak life to the unnoticed. Credit the team in public and correct in private. Protect the absent. If your tone changes with status, your heart is still for sale. Are there eagles in this room? Then make dignity your default. Authority without humility is abuse in disguise. Third, purity. I am talking about boundaries around desire, ego, and appetite. Unmanaged appetite will manage you. If you can't say no to you, you will say yes to the wrong deal, the wrong touch, the wrong praise. Install fences, time fences, travel fences, digital fences, touch fences. Don't counsel what you're attracted to. Don't inbox what you should intercede for. Fast from flattery. It makes you sloppy. Write this down. Purity is not prudish. Purity is protective custody for your assignment. Keep your river clean so your vision does not drown in your own flood. Fourth, promises. Your word is either a bridge or a trapdoor. If your yes is unstable, your gift is unreliable. Talk does not build trust, kept words do. Be slow to commit and ruthless to deliver. If you cannot meet the deadline, communicate early. If you borrow, return it better. If you pledge, perform, or repay with interest, write this down. Reliability is the language of leadership. Make your calendar agree with your mouth, and your future will agree with your name. Fifth, payments. Money is not neutral. It reveals lordship. Either you govern money or money governs you. Count it, track it, report it, pay people on time, pay taxes on time. No secret accounts, no creative darkness. Budgets are belief in numbers. Generosity is humility with numbers. Receipts are integrity with numbers. If they lie about dollars, they will lie about decisions. Are there eagles here? Then steward resources like tomorrow is auditing you because it is. Now look at me and write this sentence so deep it becomes your spine. Trust is decided in the dailies. Private purity, public honor, promises kept, payments clean. This is the grid. And because it is the grid, I must confront a deadly myth in our generation. The lie that your gift can cover leaks in these arenas. I got news for you. Talent accelerates exposure. Character decides whether exposure becomes influence or indictment. In a moment, we will tear that myth down so your future can stand. I got news for you. Your gift is not a cover. It's a spotlight. The brighter the light, the more visible the cracks. Write this down. Talent is a microphone. Character is a backbone. A microphone makes you louder. Only a backbone makes you last. Say it with me so you never forget it. Talent accelerates exposure. Character determines whether exposure becomes influence or indictment. Again, exposure reveals. Character decides. If you believe your gift can cover your character, you are not headed to success. You are headed to sentencing. Let me give you the pattern. I have seen from boardrooms to pulpits to startups to studios. A gifted person rises fast. The traction is real. The rooms are large. The invites are constant. The money is new. The followers increase. And because the rise is fast, the person begins to skip the quiet construction of character. They reduce accountability because it slows them down. They postpone disciplines because we are busy. They lower boundaries because I can handle it. And soon, the platform outruns the soul. The climb continues until visibility is at its highest. Then, under the weight of pressure and the glare of attention, the cracks that were ignored in secret become earthquakes in public. Headlines, hashtags, confused children, scattered teams, donors pulling back, communities in disbelief collapse, not because there was no gift, but because there was no God. Please hear this with love. One person's character failure taxes many hearts. Betrayed families who must rebuild trust they did not spend. Wounded teams who gave their prime years to a vision now limping. Disappointed communities who learned cynicism as a survival skill. People begin to say leaders can be trusted, not because leadership is evil, but because a leader sold character to buy applause. The bill for your secrecy is always paid by people who never made your choices. Write this down. Sin is personal but never private. Lapses are individual but never isolated. When trust breaks, the fallout travels farther than your post ever did. Now, let me turn this mirror to you with care and courage. Some of you are gifted, but you are leaking. Attitude that poisons rooms, dishonesty that edits receipts, lust that lives in the DM, pride that rejects correction, unreliability dressed in excuses. Write this down. Leaks sink ships, not storms, leaks. The ocean doesn't have to get inside the boat for you to cross it, but if a cup of water gets in and is not confronted, the Titanic becomes a bathtub. Seal the leaks, confess early, seek counsel. Install boundaries. Put your gift under government before your gift puts you under judgment. Don't let applause anesthetize your conscience. Crowds are generous with claps and stingy with mercy. When the truth comes out, they will cheer your acceleration, then document your crash. The room is not your friend. Truth is. The algorithm is not your covering. Integrity is. Stop believing the lie that as long as I deliver, they'll forgive. No delivery without integrity becomes damage with interest. Are there eagles in this room? Then choose standard over sensation, probation over promotion, patterns over performances. Refuse to let your talent rent a life your character cannot afford. Because this myth survives until something stronger arrives. And that something is pressure. Pressure is coming. Deadlines, delays, criticism, conflict, and pressure audits what applause hides. In a moment, I will show you why storms are not your enemy. They are your X-ray. Eagles don't fear the wind. They face it, they use it, they rise on it. Get ready. We are about to enter the storm, and the storm will tell the truth. Storms are coming, and that is not a threat. That is a gift wrapped in wind. Write this down. Pressure doesn't create character. It reveals it, and revelation determines trust. Say it with me. Revelation determines trust. I got news for you. The storm is not sent to make you famous. It is sent to make you honest. It is the audit that arrives without an appointment, that opens your books, that weighs your motives, that checks your receipts. And you must decide what you will do with it. Use it for depression or use it for altitude. Eagles choose altitude. When an eagle sees dark clouds, he does not run to the cave like pigeons. He heads for the turbulence. Why? Because the very wind that grounds the average becomes the elevator of the exceptional. The eagle stretches his wings, locks his focus, and lets the pressure push him higher with less flapping and more gliding. Please write this down. The storm that makes others noisy can make you noble if you submit to the laws of character. The same wind that scatters feathers can set true structure free. What is that law? Consistency under pressure, honesty under scrutiny, humility under success, fidelity under loneliness. This is how you convert weather into witness. Now hear the audit principle. Pressure squeezes, and whatever is inside comes out. If fear is in you, fear spills. If greed is in you, shortcuts multiply. If blame is in you, excuses erupt. If manipulation is in you, people become instruments. But if truth is in you, confession appears. If humility is in you, responsibility rises. If faith is in you, patience grows. Don't pray away every test. Pass the test. Write that down. The test is not your enemy. The test is your transcript. When the lights are hot and the deadline is yesterday and the offer looks easy but smells wrong, the storm holds a microphone to your soul and asks, who are you really? And this is how storms build trust. People are watching not the polished clip but the pressure choice. When they see you criticize and you don't assassinate back, they conclude you are safe to follow. When they see you delayed and you don't cut corners, they conclude you are safe to follow. When they see you underpaid and you don't steal, when they see you lonely and you don't slide into what you used to, when they see you tired and you still tell the truth, trust deposits compound. Your pain becomes proof. Your restraint becomes policy. Your purity under pressure becomes permission for others to believe again. So stop asking for lighter winds. Ask for stronger wings. Stop negotiating with the weather. Negotiate with your will. Say it with me. This is an audit, not an attack. Again, this is an audit, not an attack. Use this storm wisely. Document your decisions. Invite your mentors into the wind with you. Choose your standard and hold it until the clouds confess, because when the sky clears, and it will, your altitude will be honest and your influence will be safe. And because storms audit character, the wise prepare for them. If pressure reveals, then training must be intentional. That's why the next lesson is the nest of thorns, where discomfort is not punishment, it is school. Are there eagles in this room? Then meet me in the nest, where love looks like sharp twigs, where comfort is removed on purpose, and where wings learn what they were born to do, fly. Come with me into the nest. The eagle, the only bird the Creator compares himself to, builds a palace on a cliff, first with thorns and sticks, sharp and unyielding. Then she lines it with soft down, rabbit fur, feathers, all the comforts of infancy. The eaglets hatch, and life is sweet, warmth, provision, no bills, no deadlines, no gravity. But when wings begin to grow, the mother returns and does something that looks like cruelty, but is actually covenant with their future. She starts pulling out the softness, one feather at a time. She exposes the thorns. She stirs the nest. She shifts her weight. She makes yesterday's comfort illegal. The little ones squirm, squeal, stand, scoot to the edge, because pain is preaching a sermon move. Write this down. Comfort is kind to babies and cruel to destinies. She arrives with food but holds at a distance. She flies just out of reach. Their hunger partners with the prick. Appetite and ache conspire to say one thing: fly now. Then, when they refuse the message, she enforces the curriculum. She nudges. She bumps. She pushes them off the ledge. Down they tumble, wings flailing, hearts racing, until the Father cuts through the air like a spear, catches them on his back, lifts them high, and drops them again. Up, down, catch, drop, up, down. Why this rhythm? Please write this down. Discomfort is not punishment. It is practice. The law of lift must move from theory to reflex. Destiny demands muscle memory. Are there eagles in this room? Consider me, Mama Eagle. I love you too much to let you stay padded. Translate that to your life. Leaders who keep you too comfortable will keep you immature. Mentors who never question you will never qualify you. Bosses who remove every thorn will remove your wings. Your Creator will allow cushions to be taken, not because he is against you, but because altitude requires ability, and ability is born in discomfort. Say it with me, fly now. Again, fly now. The pain that pushed you out is not your enemy. It is your escort to capacity. Now connect it to trust. Character isn't proven by how well you perform with pillows. It is proven by what you choose when the pillows are gone. Do you return the call without applause? Do you keep the boundary when lonely? Do you tell the truth when a lie would be easier? Write this down. You become trustworthy when you do right because it is right, not because it is rewarded. Thorns train your will. Wind trains your wings. Together, they make you safe to follow. I want you to activate this right now. Turn to your neighbor and prophesy with discipline. My thorns are training my wings. Say it again. My thorns are training my wings. Some of you came here because your job is nothing but thorns. Your budget is thorns. Your team transition is thorns. Your silence after betrayal is thorns. Don't curse the nest. Learn its language. Don't pray away every prick. Ask what skill it is building. Write it down. Discomfort is often a divine curriculum, a time course that turns eaglets into eagles and talent into trustworthiness. Eagles, hear me with love. Remove some feathers. For those you lead, clarity, accountability, stretch assignments, and stay close enough to catch them while they learn. Pain without purpose is abuse. But purposeful discomfort with presence becomes maturity. And once your wings remember how to hold the wind, once trust begins to compound, you must protect it. Because the same altitude that freedom brings also makes falling costly. In a moment, we will confront three killers: deception, disloyalty, and double standards, so you can guard what the thorns just gave you. Write this down. Trust is not fragile because people are weak. It is fragile because truth is the only oxygen it breathes. At altitude, oxygen gets thin, and if you puncture the truth line, trust suffocates. Say it with me, truth or nothing. Again, truth or nothing. I got news for you. Charisma can fake applause, but it cannot fake oxygen. Your future is deciding right now if you are safe to follow, and these three killers are prowling for your lungs. Killer number one, deception. Lying, hiding, spinning different costumes, same corpse. Trust cannot live where truth is negotiated. Facts don't need makeup, only lies need cosmetics. Spin is a polite word for I don't trust you with the truth. And when you don't trust people with the truth, they should not trust you with their future. Write this down. Concealment is as deadly as a lie because both starve trust. Don't edit receipts. Don't massage timelines. Don't contextualize what should be confessed. Confess early or be exposed publicly. One is surgery, the other is an autopsy. Are there eagles in this room? Then say it with me, no spin, just spine. Killer number two, disloyalty. This is betrayal of people, vision, and confidentiality. Loyalty is not blind agreement. Loyalty is faithful stewardship. It protects the absent, confronts in private, and carries the vision even when it's heavy. Disloyalty whispers in hallways what it is too timid to say in boardrooms. Disloyalty sells secrets for proximity, trades trust for attention, abandons the mission when the weather changes. Write this down. If you won't say it in the room, don't say it in the hall. If you can't keep a confidence, you can't keep a company. And hear me, loyalty is not silence about wrongdoing. Loyalty is courage to correct with honor, to report what endangers the vision, and to do it through the proper gates. That is love for the future. Killer number 3, double standards, demanding from others what you refuse to live yourself. Hypocrisy is character suicide. Respect resigns quietly when leaders preach one gospel and practice another. One code for you and another for them is not leadership, it is theater. Write this down. Your example is your loudest policy. If you tax them for being late and you stroll in with excuses, you just train them to despise you. If you punish their greed and decorate yours as strategy, you just told them truth is negotiable. Eagles live one standard, public and private, payday and pressure day one. And now, brace yourself for reality. Trust takes time to build and seconds to break. The higher you fly, the farther the fall. Altitude multiplies consequences. But they're being too sensitive. No, you punctured the oxygen line. The bill for deception, disloyalty, and double standards arise with interest teams disoriented, families wounded, communities cynical. Please write this down. The fall is avoidable if the warning is obeyed. Some of you feel cut, and I want you to know there is a path back. Repentance that names the wound, restitution that pays the debt, and a new pattern over time that proves the change. Sorrow must become structure. Apology must become policy. In a moment, I will walk you into that restoration path. For now, breathe. Put truth back in your lungs, loyalty back in your calendar, and one standard back in your life. Say it with me. No deception, no disloyalty, no double standards. Are there eagles in this room? Then protect your oxygen, guard your altitude, and keep your future safe to follow. All right, eagles, come close. Here is the path back. Write this down. Character begins where justification ends. No excuses, no blame shifting. No, I was tired. No, they misunderstood me. No, the pressure made me do it. Ownership is the first altar. Say it with me. No excuses, only ownership. Look your failure in the face and name it the way the truth names it. Vagueness is a new lie, wearing old clothes. If you punctured the oxygen line, say so, and stop talking while the room is still gasping. Ownership opens the door. Without it, nothing that follows matters. Now, repentance. Repentance is not tears. Repentance is a turn. It is a change of mind that produces a change of direction that results in a change of behavior. Write this down. Sorrow is a feeling. Repentance is a decision. Tears without a U-turn are just wet cheeks. Confess specifically. Accept consequences fully. Invite correction intentionally. Apologize to the people you hurt in the order you hurt them. God, spouse, family, team, partners, public, if the wound was public. And hear me, apology is not a speech. Apology is a schedule. Trust is rebuilt when sorrow becomes structure and apology becomes a new lifestyle. Third, restitution. Where possible, repay, restore, return, and repair. If you took money, return money with interest. If you stole time, give time with excellence. If you slandered publicly, correct publicly. If you broke a process, fund its repair. Write this down. The one who caused the cost should carry the cost. Do not outsource your bill to the victims. Meet with the injured. Ask, what would repair look like to you? And listen without defending. Restitution says, I value your future more than my image. Fourth, a new pattern over time. Say it with me. Time plus test. Install boundaries that make failure difficult and integrity easy. Calendar your disciplines. Put 2 signatures on spending. Open your books. Submit your devices to oversight. Travel with partners. End private meetings that tempt you. Place an accountability team on your calendar, not your feelings. Tell the truth early, even when it makes you look small. Document decisions. Write this down. Consistency is the currency of trust. Not one big gesture, but 1,000 small deposits on time as promised under pressure. People will watch. Let them. Forgiveness can be instant. Trust requires seasons. Don't demand speed from the hearts you slowed. Keep sowing, keep showing, keep staying. Eagles rebuild flight feather by feather. You will not sprint, glide steady higher each week until your altitude is honest again. Now lift your eyes with me. from personal repair to public architecture. Leaders, your restoration becomes stewardship when you build systems that make trust normal and scandal rare. Hiring by standard, promoting by principle, audits that are friendly to truth, celebrations for integrity, not just results. Are there eagles in this room? Then get ready. We are about to design a culture where character is the air we all breathe, so your vision can be safe to follow and your legacy safe to inherit. Leaders, lean in. Write this down. You don't just lead with vision, you lead with values. Values are vision security system. A dream without a moral firewall is an invitation to disaster. Say it with me. Values protect vision. Again, values protect vision. I got news for you. A vision without a trust culture is a future collapse scheduled in advance. You can gather the best talent, raise the biggest budget, sign the brightest brand deal, and if character is optional, implosion is inevitable. So we are going to build a house where trust is not a poster on the wall, it is the policy in the hall. First, install character-based hiring. Don't just interview for skill, interview for story. Ask about failure, not just trophies. Probe for patterns, how they handle money, power, conflict, credit, and correction. Call references and listen for long-term fruit, not short-term charm. Write this down. Past consistency predicts future safety. Put a probation period on every new hire and every new vendor. Time plus test, not talk plus talent. Publish a clear code of ethics that everyone signs annually. Conflicts of interest, gift limits, relationship boundaries, travel rules, social media conduct, grievance, and whistleblower protections. Make integrity familiar, not mysterious. Second, make transparency normal. 2 signature spending, monthly reconciliations, open book summaries to the right levels, surprise audits that are friendly to truth, not fishing expeditions born of suspicion. Document decisions, record minutes, track commitments. If cash is king in business, then clarity is queen in culture. Write this down. If it can't be reported, it shouldn't be repeated. Are there eagles in this room? Then steward money like tomorrow is auditing you, because it is. Third, establish the promotion filter. Never promote talent that is not governed. Influence should expand only as character proves capacity. Set tiers of authority that require demonstrated faithfulness in the 5 arenas. Private people, purity, promises, payments before elevation. Slow promotions down until patterns are proven. Speed demotions up when patterns are broken. Say with me, patterns over performances. Again, patterns over performances. Crowns without character become helmets for future war. Don't arm immaturity with a title. Fourth, build eagle company. You become like those you associate with. Staff for conscience, not convenience. Form circles that correct you, not circles that celebrate your weaknesses. Hire truth tellers and retain them with honor. Require 360-degree feedback twice a year. Protect the dissenting voice that loves the vision. Write this down. Proximity should purify you, not pacify you. If your table can't challenge you, your table can't protect you. Fifth, ritualize trust. Schedule integrity reviews. Celebrate honesty under pressure. Tell character win stories in all hands meetings. Tie bonuses to both results and reputation, what you did and how you did it. Create restoration paths in policy so failure can be redeemed without enabling it. This is how trust becomes culture and culture becomes covering. Now lift your eyes. This is not merely professional. It is spiritual stewardship. The Creator entrusted you with people, with resources, with time. Heaven is watching how you build, and legacy is the audience that will live in your decisions. Choose values as your security system. Guard the oxygen of truth, because a vision without a trust culture is not just risky, it is rebellion against design. In a moment, I will commission you to fly like eagles and to die empty gift, carried all the way by character that lasts. Lift your eyes, eagles. This is not a seminar. This is ascending. You have built a culture of trust. You have installed standards to protect the oxygen. And now I must charge you with something eternal. Finish your assignment. Do not let character issues send your vision to the cemetery. The wealthiest spot on the planet is still waiting for more dreams to be buried, but not yours. Your assignment deserves completion. Your gift may have carried you quickly, but only your character will carry you home. Write this down. Entrances are easy. Endurance is expensive. And the price is integrity. I want you to hear creative design clearly. God gives gifts, but he requires stewardship. The giver is not impressed by how fast you rose. He is honored by how faithful you stayed. Character is your stewardship resume. When heaven audits your life, the questions are simple. Were you faithful? Were you truthful? Were you safe to follow? Not how many followers, but how many foundations. Not how loud you were, but how long you lasted. Say it with me. Stewardship over sensation. Again, stewardship over sensation. I got news for you. The king appoints gifts, but he promotes character. Now, I want public vows in a private moment. Put your hand over your heart and say it with me. I will not sell my character for my next opportunity. Again, louder. I will not sell my character for my next opportunity. Say this. My standard is not for sale. Now this, my integrity is my oxygen. And one more, say it like you mean it. I will be trusted. Again, I will be trusted. Trust me. These are not slogans. These are survival lines at altitude. Take out your pen. Write this down right now. One character leak you will confront this week. Name it. Not vaguely name it the way truth names it. Second, write one accountability relationship you will establish or deepen this week. A mentor, a board, a spouse conversation, a peer with permission to search you. Put it on your calendar, not your feelings. Third, write one test you will implement before you trust 2 signatures, before spending, 2 4-hour rule before posting, probation before promotion, background checks before brand deals. Time plus test, make it law. Don't clap, schedule it. Don't promise, document it. And now hear the capstone that sanctifies the whole journey. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Waiting is not laziness. Waiting is discipline. Waiting is the training room where appetite bows to assignment, where impulses submit to process, where talent learns to serve truth. Waiting builds bone in your wings. Waiting is time under tension until character is reflex. Those who wait mount. Those who shortcut sink. Write this down. Waiting is worship by way of structure. Are there eagles in this room? Then I commission you fly higher than applause can reach you, deeper than temptation can pull you, longer than storms can last. Protect your oxygen. Keep one standard. Test before you trust. Build cultures that make truth normal and scandal rare. And when your time is done and your assignment complete, may you go to the cemetery completely empty, vision spent, gifts delivered, people safe because you were safe to follow. Your gift is meant to rise, but your character is meant to last so you can finish fulfilled and empty. Join me at the top.